Volume 1, Chapter 1, Hadith 770 is in Chapter 30 of Book 11 before you, narrated Abu Hurairah. The people said, O Allah's Apostle, shall we see our Lord on the day of resurrection? He replied, do you have any doubt in seeing the full moon on a clear, not cloudy, night? They replied, No, O Allah's Apostle. He said, do you have any doubt in seeing the sun when there are no clouds? They replied in the negative. He said, you will see Allah, your Lord. In the same way, on the day of resurrection, people will be gathered, and He will order the people to follow what they used to worship. So, some of them will follow the sun, some will follow the moon, and some will follow others as deities. And only this nation, the Muslimin, will be left with its hypocrites. Allah will come to them and say, I am your Lord. They will say, we shall stay in this place till our Lord comes to us, and when our Lord will come, we will recognize him. Then Allah will come to them again and say, I am your Lord. They will say, you are our Lord. Allah will call them, and as-sirat, a bridge, will be laid across hell, and I, Muhammad, shall be the first amongst the apostles to cross it with my followers. Nobody except the apostles will then be able to speak, and they will be saying then, O Allah, save us. O Allah, save us. There will be hooks like the thorns of a Sa'adan in hell. Have you seen the thorns of a Sa'adan? The people said, yes. He said, these hooks will be like the thorns of Sa'adan, but nobody except Allah knows their greatness and size, and these will entangle the people according to their deeds. Some of them will fall and stay in hell forever. Others will receive punishment, torn into small pieces, and will get out of hell, till when Allah intends mercy on whomever He likes among the people of hell, He will order the angels to take out of hell those who worshipped none but Him alone. The angels will take them out by recognizing them from the traces of prostrations, for Allah has forbidden the hell fire to eat away those traces. So they will come out of the fire. It will eat away from the whole of the human body, except the marks of the prostrations. At that time, they will come out of the fire as mere skeletons. The water of life will be poured on them, and as a result, they will grow like the seeds growing on the bank of flowing water. Then, when Allah had finished from the judgments amongst His creations, one man will be left between hell and paradise, and he will be the last from the people of hell to enter paradise. He will be facing hell and will say, O Allah, turn my face from the fire, as its wind has dried me and its stem has burnt me. Allah will ask him, will you ask for anything more in case this favor is granted to you? He will say, no, by your honor, power. And he will give his Lord, Allah, what He will of the pledges and the covenants. Allah will then turn His face from the fire when He will face the paradise and will see its charm. He will remain quiet as long as Allah wills. He then will say, O my Lord, let me go to the gates of paradise. Allah will ask him, didn't you give pledges and make covenants to the fact that you would not ask for anything more than what you requested at first? He will say, O my Lord, do not make me the most wretched amongst your creatures. Allah will say, if this request is granted, will you then ask for anything else? He will say, no, by your power. I shall not ask for anything else. Then he will give to his Lord what he will of the pledges and the covenants. Allah will then let him go to the gate of paradise. On reaching then and seeing its life, charm, and pleasure, he will remain quiet as long as Allah wills, and then will say, O my Lord, let me enter paradise. Allah will say, May Allah be merciful unto you, O son of Adam. How treacherous you are! Haven't you made covenants and given pledges that you will not ask for anything more than what you have been given? He will say, O my Lord, do not make me the most wretched amongst your creatures. So Allah will laugh and allow him to enter paradise, and will ask him to request as much as he likes. He will do so till all his desires have been fulfilled. Then Allah will say, request more of such and such things. Allah will remind him, and when all his desires and wishes have been fulfilled, Allah will say, all this is granted to you, and a similar amount besides. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said to Abu Hurairah, Allah's apostle said, Allah said, that is for you, and 10 times more like it. Abu Hurairah said, I do not remember from Allah's apostle except his saying, all this is granted to you, and a similar amount besides. Abu Sa'd said, I heard him saying, that is for you, and 10 times more the like of it. Now, this last guy further on in the chain, because sometimes you hear like something from a conversation later on in the narration chain, but it's important to pass on of what you know, not, I don't think I've encountered that it's like, well, and some people would only go from their own witnessing. And it is better to say, Allahumma Salamu Salam in this life than to wait and have the only time that you're asking God to save you and grant you the peace and wholeness and all that in the next.